Good morning, students. We are going to today discuss about the basics of electricity, which is a very important chapter of class 10. The contents which we are going to discuss are introduction about electricity, potential difference, electric current, direction of electric current, symbols, Ohm's law, resistance, factors affecting resistance of a conductor, and resistivity. We all know about electricity. What is electricity? Electricity is an important source of energy in modern times, which is being used in our homes, industries, and in transport. It is used in our homes for lighting, operating of fans, heating purposes, and in the machines. If you go to industries and all, various sorts of machines are being run by electricity only, and we will be having electricity in the transport sector nowadays to pull the electrical trains. Everywhere electricity is being used, even in cars. Nowadays we have electric cars, so electricity plays an important role in our lives. Actually, you all know that there are two types of electricity. One is static electricity and one is dynamic electricity, which we are going to discuss now. If you see the small photo which I have kept over there, electricity is of two types. One is static electricity, and in dynamic electricity we have other two types. One is AC and other one is DC. Now we are going to discuss about everything. What is meant by static electricity? See, whenever we say that static electricity means when two objects rub together, there is a movement of electrons. There is an imbalance of charges. This imbalance of charges will be creating up of electricity, which we will be calling it as a static electricity. We have seen this when we are doing our birthday parties and all. People will be rubbing balloons over their head and they will be trying to stick them. Why that balloons which you have rubbed it to your hair is sticking to the wall? Why? Because there is an electricity when you are rubbing your hair to your balloon. Why this is happening? Because there is a movement of non-metallic object and the charges are being flown from your hair to your balloon. And you have done this experiment also, right? In our schools and all, we'll be taking one comb, we will be combing our hair, and we will be trying to stick that with your small sheets of paper. This also will be happening. Why? Because of the static electricity. Whenever you say that there is an imbalance of charges, there is a static electricity. Now, coming to the dynamic electricity. Dynamic electricity is of two types. One is AC and the other one is DC. Then, what is meant by dynamic electricity? Dynamic electricity is nothing but if there is a conductor, there is a flow of electric charges from one point to the other point. Normally, you will be calling that as infinity point to the other point, is what you call as a dynamic electricity. There are two types. One is AC and the other one is DC. Whenever you say that AC current, it is called as alternating current. DC current means direct current. Whenever you are using a battery to generate electricity, then that sort of electricity is what you call as a direct current. AC current means, or alternating current, is the current which we will be normally using in our households, machinery and all. It is normally the flow of charges which we are getting from our electricity department. And what is the major difference? One more difference between AC and DC. In AC, normally the flow of charges is in one direction, but in normally in DC there is a flow of electrons in one direction, but in AC current there is a flow of charges in both the directions. There will be alternating current. That means the current wave structure will be like your sine wave, from positive charges and negative charges, positive flow of charges and negative flow of charges. Like that, there will be a change of curve, change of direction of your flow of electrons. Now, coming to the potential difference. What is meant by potential difference? Normally, if we see that there is a potential difference, what is meant by potential, by the way? What is meant by potential difference, by the way? We all know that there is a flow of charges in the electricity when you say about dynamic electricity. Now, what is meant by potential difference then? Now, if I see that I have water, I can flow that water from a higher stream to a lower stream. And if I have any sort of substance. For example, if I can send it from one point to the other point when I have a larger content at first point and lower content at the second point. For example, I am saying that I have water. Okay, I can pour that water from a higher level to a lower level. Likewise, whenever you say that flow of something is there, flow of something will be there when there is a higher point and a lower point. Here also, whenever you are talking about flow of charges, if it is from a higher point to a lower point, what is meant by higher point and a lower point? For example, I have some 200 electrons at one point and 2 electrons at the other point. Now you see, when there is a flow of charges means I cannot send it 2 electrons to 200 electrons. So what we will be doing, from a higher potential to the lower potential, like from 200 electrons, the electrons will be flowing to the 2 electrons. So higher potential is a potential where and all you have more number of electrons, and a lower potential is a potential where you have less number of electrons. That sort of thing. When there is a difference of potential, there is a flow of electrons. That is what you call as a potential difference. Potential difference is nothing but normal terms, if we have to say, work done to move a charge from one point to the other point is what you call as a potential difference. Now I am doing some work to send the electrons from the higher potential to the lower potential. Here the flow of electrons is not only called as electricity, but also the flow of charge, any sort of charge, is what you call as a potential difference. That charge may be ions also, and that charge may be positive charge also. So this is what you call as a potential difference. Now